need to ask, he's a smooth operator. You give me the sweetest taboo.
And the best new artist is
Sade, darling.
Sade's voice is the definition of smooth soul. But have you ever wondered why she disappeared from the limelight? We all know her for bangers like Smooth Operator and Sweetest Taboo, but she became almost ghost-like when it came to public appearances. Was it fame burnout? Or maybe some drama behind the scenes? Let's dive into why Sade stepped away from the constant buzz of stardom.
My mother deprived me. We had we have about 3 records in our house. I didn't grow up surrounded by music.
Helen Folasade Adu, known to the world as Sade, was born on January 16, 1959, in Ibadan, Nigeria. Her middle name, Folasade, means crowned with wealth, which hints at her rich cultural roots. Her dad, Adebisi Adu, was a Nigerian economics lecturer, and her mom, Anne Hayes, was an English district nurse.
So my mother was a nurse, and we had this room in our house that had all these strange medical instruments. She was like the district nurse, the nurse of the town, sort of thing, that I grew up in.
They met in London, got married in 1955, and later moved to Nigeria. But things didn't stay perfect for long. When Sade was just 4, her parents split up.
My father was a real soul and jazz freak. And I wasn't brought up by him, but I spent some time with him, and when I was with him, we sort of spent hours sort of going through his dusty record collection and getting excited and selecting our tunes.
After the separation, Sade's mom took her and her older brother Banji back to England, settling near Colchester, Essex, with their grandparents. This big move marked the beginning of a new chapter, blending Sade's Nigerian roots with her English upbringing. At 11, Sade moved to Holland-on-Sea, Essex, to live with her mom, swapping city life for the coastal vibes. She went to Clacton County High School and later Colchester Institute. By 18, Sade knew she wanted to chase her creative dreams, so she moved to London and enrolled at the prestigious St. Martin's School of Art to study fashion design. After wrapping up a 3-year course, she even dipped her toes into modeling.
No need to ask, he's a smooth operator.
In the 80s, Sade's life was way less glam than you'd expect. Before she was a music legend, she and her boyfriend Robert Elms were just grinding it out in Tottenham, North London. It was a rough ride, packed with hustle and creativity, as Sade tried to break into the music scene while living in some pretty wild conditions. Even with all the hustle, Sade's unique voice and cool, laid-back style started grabbing attention. She kept things super low-key and avoided the typical celebrity drama, making her a bit of a mystery. Instead of making tabloid headlines for scandals, she kept the focus on her music, which just made her even more intriguing. She married Spanish writer Carlos Pliego in 1989 and moved to Madrid, but they split around the same time she was working on Love Deluxe. After returning to London, Sade started dating music producer Bob Morgan. They moved to Jamaica, where she had their son Ayla, now known as Isak, who appeared on Sade's 2010 track Baby Father.
Give me the sweetest taboo.
But things weren't all chill for Sade. Behind closed doors, she was caught up in a messy legal fight with Paul Cook, one of the band's original members. It all started in 1995 when Cook went after Sade and her label over some serious royalty and credit issues. Instead of working on new music, Sade was stuck dealing with courtroom drama. Fast forward to 2023 and the drama is still going strong. New evidence popped up, sparking fresh legal battles. The beef this time, Cook's claiming that his work was used on Sade's smash hit album Diamond Life without his okay. Since Diamond Life was a global sensation, raking in millions, this is a big deal. Cook's crew says he got zero cut from mega hits like Smooth Operator and Your Love Is King. Sade also ran into legal trouble in Jamaica after a traffic stop turned into a messy legal battle. including an arrest for reckless driving and disrespecting the police. The situation escalated to the point where she missed a court date, prompting an arrest warrant. Feeling unsafe, Sade left Jamaica and settled in Gloucestershire, UK in 2005, where she found peace in a renovated cottage away from the spotlight. Sade's life has been all about keeping it low-key. After splitting from Bob Morgan, she found a new groove with Ian Watts, a former Royal Marine. Since 2007, they've been living their best life together, blending families and enjoying their time on a farm near Stade, England. The couple's farm is a far cry from the glitz of the music world, offering Sade the chill vibes she craves. Out here, she can hang out with her pet dog, enjoy nature, and savor the simpler things. It's a peaceful escape that's been perfect for recharging and finding new inspiration. The quiet countryside has even influenced her music, giving it a more reflective feel. So while Sade keeps out of the spotlight, it does seem like she's totally thriving in her own private paradise. Sade has always stayed true to her unique blend of soul, jazz, and R&B, maintaining a distinctive vibe that's deep and authentic. While other artists chase trends, Sade remains grounded, taking long breaks between albums to recharge and ensure her music reflects personal growth and experience. Her approach is all about authenticity and living life on her own terms, which keeps her music fresh and relatable. This chill, cyclical method allows her to produce top-notch work that resonates deeply with fans and critics alike. Let's talk about her career. Sade's entry into the music scene was as smooth as her iconic voice. She kicked things off by singing backup for the British band Pride, a gig that ended up being a game-changer. While with Pride, Sade clicked with the band's guitarist and saxophonist, Stuart Matthewman. Their creative chemistry was fire, and they started whipping up songs that were unlike anything else, thanks to Sade's sultry vocals and Stuart's instrumental magic. During Pride's gigs, Sade's solo performances, especially her rendition of Smooth Operator, began to steal the show. That track, co-written with Ray St. John, was a perfect mix of jazz, soul, and pop, and it didn't go unnoticed. Record labels started sniffing around, sensing something big. Realizing they were onto something, Sade and Stuart decided to break away from Pride in 1983. They teamed up with keyboardist Andrew Hale, bassist Paul Denman, and drummer Paul Cook to form a new band, simply named Sade. With this fresh crew, they set out on a journey that would redefine sophisticated, emotive music for a generation. When Sade took the stage at London's Heaven nightclub, the hype was so real that 1,000 fans got turned away at the door. Her star was on the rise, and everyone could feel it. Fast forward to May 1983, and Sade, along with her band, made their U.S. debut at New York City's iconic Danceteria nightclub. It was a major vibe, with Sade's unique mix of soul, jazz, and pop vibes, wowing the American crowd. The real turning point hit on October 18, 1983, when Sade inked a deal with Epic Records. The rest of the band jumped on board in 1984, sealing a deal that wasn't just about dropping tracks, it was about going global. Wasting no time, they dived into recording their debut album, Diamond Life, and in just 6 weeks at Power Plant Studios in London, they wrapped up what would become an iconic record. When Diamond Life dropped on July 16, 1984, it was an instant smash. The album shot up to number 2 on the UK charts and racked up over 1.2 million sales in the UK alone. It was such a big deal that it scooped up the Brit Award for Best British Album in 1985. But Sade wasn't just a UK star. Diamond Life took over charts all over the globe. In the US, it cracked the top 10 and sold over 4 million copies, proving Sade's appeal was worldwide. Around the globe, Diamond Life was unstoppable, selling over 6 million copies and claiming the title of the best-selling debut album by a British female artist in the 80s. When Your Love Is King dropped on February 25, 1984, it quickly climbed the European charts, hitting number 6 in the UK. It didn't make a huge splash in the US, stalling at number 54 on the Billboard Hot 100, but that was no biggie. The third single, Smooth Operator, swooped in and stole the show, making up for it in a major way.
No need to ask, he's a smooth operator.
When Smooth Operator dropped on September 15, 1984, it took the US by storm, becoming the album's biggest hit stateside. It climbed to number 5 on both the Billboard Hot 100 and the Hot Black Singles chart, and even snagged the top spot on the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart. The track was just as hot in Europe, breaking into the top 20 in Austria, Switzerland, France, and Germany. With these singles on blast, Diamond Life turned into one of the 80s most iconic albums, hooking fans everywhere with Sade's smooth mix of jazz, soul, and pop. This was just the start of a legendary ride for her and the band. Sade's second album, Promise, released in 1985, was a major hit, topping charts in both the UK and US and selling 4 million copies in the US. It featured hits like Never As Good As the First Time and The Sweetest Taboo.
You give me the sweetest taboo. That's why
Sade won the Grammy for Best New Artist and made a splash in the film Absolute Beginners.
And the best new artist is
Sade, darling.
Their third album, Stronger Than Pride in 1988, went triple platinum, with Paradise making an impact on the charts. Love Deluxe in 1992 also performed well, peaking at number 3 on the US Billboard 200. The 1994 compilation album, The Best of Sade, and the 2000 release, Lovers Rock, continued their success, with the latter earning triple platinum status. The accompanying tour became the 13th biggest in North America. After an 8-year break, Sade returned in 2002 with Lovers Live, their first live album. They took another decade-long hiatus before dropping Soldier of Love in 2010, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and won a Grammy. Currently, word on the street is Sade is working on their next album. Recording sessions apparently started in summer 2022. What do you think of Sade's career approach? Drop your thoughts below, hit the thumbs up, and turn on notifications for more.